Hey everyone, and welcome to RUBIN'S Mind Lab, where we break down the latest research into what it really means. Ever wondered if AI can help us see better, especially in tough situations? Like finding something small in a huge ocean from a plane? Well, this new study dives deep into exactly that. Imagine you are a pilot or a spotter in a rescue mission. You are looking at the screen, trying to find tiny, hard-to-spot things in a vast, maybe fuzzy image. Sometimes the screen is in color, sometimes it is just black and white. Now, imagine an AI helps you by pointing things out. But how it points things out could make a big difference. That is the puzzle researchers wanted to solve. They asked, how good are different ways AI can show us clues? And do these clues work the same way on color screens as on black and white ones? And what happens to our own skills when the AI support is turned off? So they designed an experiment. They had over 100 people look at lots of pictures of the ocean from a bird's eye view, trying to find small objects like boats or swimmers. They showed these pictures on either color screens or black and white screens. The AI had a few ways of helping. One way was a simple text alert, like a message saying, "Object spotted." Another way was drawing a box around the object, and the third way was blurring everything except the object, making it stand out. They called these cueing methods. They tested how well people found things, how fast they responded, and how much they trusted the AI. They even tested this over 5 blocks of trials. The first block had no AI help, the next 3 had the AI help with the assigned method, and the last block took the AI away again. This way, they could see how people adapted and if their own skills stuck around. Now, for the interesting part, what did they find? It turns out how things look on the screen matters a lot. When people looked at the black and white screens, they generally did worse, they weren't as accurate, and it took them longer to find things. They also felt more confused and trusted the AI a little less. This makes sense, right? Color helps us distinguish things. Without it, it is like trying to find a specific type of leaf in a pile of leaves just by its shape. Comparing how the AI helped, the text alerts alone weren't as effective as the direct visual cues like boxes or blurring. The direct cues helped people pay attention better. But here's the really cool part. The best way for the AI to help depended on whether the screen was in color or black and white. On color screens, all the AI's methods worked pretty much the same, making only small differences. But on the black and white screens where it was harder to see, the way the AI highlighted things made a huge difference. Drawing a box around the object, for example, really boosted accuracy on those tough black and white screens. The study also found something fascinating about how people reacted. When the AI drew a box, we'll call this additive cueing or AC, people seemed to adjust their judgment. If the screen was already a bit fuzzy, like black and white, they became more careful about trusting the AI's boxes, which led to good accuracy. It was like they were calibrating their trust based on the visual quality. But with the blurring method, subtractive cueing or SC, people were consistently more trusting and quicker to agree with the AI, even when the screen was black and white. This might be because the blur made it harder to check the AI suggestions against the rest of the image. They were more compliant, meaning they followed the AI's lead more often. Now, what about skill retention? This is where things get really interesting. Remember how they tested people with the AI on and then off again? When the AI was taken away, performance changed. For the people who used the bounding boxes AC, their accuracy actually dropped when the AI support was removed on those black and white screens. It was like they had become a bit too reliant on the boxes. But for the blurring methods SC, something remarkable happened. Even though the people using SEC were very compliant with the AI while it was on, when the AI was turned off, their skills actually seemed to have improved more durably. On black and white screens, they kept more of the accuracy gains they made with the AI than those who used boxes. The researchers believe this happened because the blurring method might have made people process the information more deeply. By obscuring the surroundings, it forced them to focus more on the target itself, leading to better long-term learning, even if it made them seem more dependent on the AI at first. It is like practicing a difficult math problem without a calculator might be harder at first, but it builds stronger math skills in the long run. Now, it is important to remember this was a carefully controlled study. The images were static, and the targets were always the same size. In real life, things move and targets can look very different. So, while these findings are super useful, they might not perfectly match every real-world situation. So what is the big takeaway? The way an AI helps us see things matters, especially when the visual conditions are tough, like on a black and white screen. Drawing boxes might give you the best immediate help, but it could also make you rely on it too much, hurting your skills when it is gone. On the other hand, a method like blurring the surroundings while seeming to make people more compliant with the AI. might actually build stronger, more lasting skills. It tells us that the best AI design isn't just about making the AI perform perfectly, but about how it helps us learn and stay capable, especially when the AI isn't around. What do you think about these findings? Have you ever noticed yourself relying too much on technology? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this dive into AI and human performance, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to RUBIN'S Mind Lab for more science explained simply, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next episode. Thanks for watching, and well, see you next time.